Hey folks, it's Champesk here bringing you another audio commentary, and we're back now with WEM replays that have just been released, and so I have sort of dozens of them that I want to cover. I watched some of them live, but they were all really bad streams, so I've only seen sort of half of some of the games, because they just sort of would cut out because of the stupid streamer thing that they used, and so I think I will commentate this as if I haven't seen it, but certainly there's so many games to do, and I only have 24 hours. I'm going away again for sort of the best part of a week, so I'll try and get up as many games as I possibly can before then, and we can immediately see Moon go. This is a Moon versus Sky game. Moon versus Sky, obviously on Terranis stand. Pretty good map for human, just because they can expo so much. But you can see in Moon the sort of most significant thing in the early game here is that Moon's going for some sort of early creeping at his natural expansion. This is something that if you can creep, you can get a very nice item off. Obviously, there's a bit of luck here. Sky hoping to aggro the creeps. Goes down to this camp. Obviously, I'm suspecting some interesting creeping from Moon, but just unfortunately goes to the wrong place, and so I won't manage to aggro the creeps, but we'll manage to put up a scout farm in the middle of Moon's base, and that's always nice, just for some free information. And Moon going for a Demon Hunter, not a warden. This is actually a very good map for a warden, because there's lots of little rivers and lakes here that you can jump over, and you can get really good mobility with your blink, but that's not what he's going for today. And Sky going for a Mountain King. Actually, that's a bit less common, but still certainly not unheard of. Obviously, Archmage is really good on this map, just because you can creep it up quite quickly, and then you can get you get your first expansion up, then your second expansion up, then you can go to 100 food army and just sort of steamroll the elf. But certainly there are other possibilities, and that looks like Sky might be not going for a caster build. Then just that's just based on the fact that he wanted the aura, and so he won't be quite as able to. I'm not sure what Moon was doing there actually with that wisp. It looked like he was trying to path the peasant, but there's nothing really to attack it, so a bit of an odd choice there. Moon, has finished his first archer. You'll notice that he actually sent out a wisp really early. I didn't actually mention that at the time, I apologise, but it means that he can get this Ancient of War up a lot earlier. He does have to have 2 wisps here just to repair, and Sky getting really unfortunate. He assumed that because there was no Ancient of War at this camp here, that it would be in the standard position by this orange and the green, but instead it's actually in this other position, so Sky's not going to know about this. He is putting up another farm here, but that's not going to help him, and so Sky in a bit of bad luck there. Moon getting a lightning shield on his archer now, and he will now move it so it can hit 3 units, and he will have to pull it away. I think it'll actually wear out before it kills either of these creeps, but it might not. I'm not quite sure about the timing of that. You will need to just be careful though. Meanwhile, Sky has now crept to level 2, level 2 there. Gloves of Haste not brilliant, but Mantle of Intelligence pretty much the best item he could get, because obviously mana is so important, especially against a Demon Hunter, where you just need all the mana you can get, just so you can get presumably your second bolt in, because generally you can get 1 bolt at the beginning and then not for a while. Meanwhile, Moon going for a tremendously fast expansion and building up the expansion before the 3-minute mark. That's tremendously quick, far before Sky's even creeped out his natural expansion, but it looks like that's what he's going to be doing now, bringing in 6 militia as well as his 3 footmen, and you know some very nice creeping by him. He uses the Mountain King to bring out these 2 creeps, and so it's really a lot easier for him to creep out this camp here. Picks up a Bone Chime. That's an alright item. I mean, certainly it's going to be good for the early game, because obviously all his units are going to be melee, but then when you get to the later game, obviously without casters it might be a bit better, but tanks are certainly very much a possibility on this map, and obviously they won't get any benefit from it, but something like knights might. The other possibility obviously would be sort of tanks and then going to air later on, and so obviously they wouldn't benefit either from it. So not the best item for Moon, or sorry, for Sky, but meanwhile Moon picking up a +6 intelligence and +3 strength, but selling them both. Obviously he wants a lot of gold. He spent a lot of gold on this early expansion, and so he is going to need to sell. He does decide to sell all of his items, I'm guessing just to sustain his economy, because he is just using his 1 Ancient of War to creep at this point. He isn't even building units. He's putting up a Hunter's Hall now though, so we might be seeing late Hunters from him. I can't actually even remember in this game. He is now level 3, so some very nice creeping by him. I don't think Sky will be. Yeah, Sky's actually a bit ahead, and so Sky sort of. Did he pick up? Yeah, Sky did pick up a boot, and the thing is, I think Sky's going to be going more aggressive here, and you can see he's bringing in 3 footmen, and these are going to scout out this Tree of Life, and this was sort of Moon's undoing in WCG, was on Terranis, and his expansion got scouted and cancelled, and unfortunately the Moon's put it in a good enough position that Sky won't be able to kill it, at least not immediately, and Also, without obviously an Archmage and Water Elementals, it's a lot harder to kill. But one bolt coming in there, obviously level 2 bolt, very nice against Archers, managing to take down one. But Moon's going to kill off the second footman here, so that's very nice for him. And one Moonwell has gone up as well, but looks like Sky's going to be coming in trying to cancel the expansion, but it is now up. And so he does. Sky's sort of distraction technique isn't going to work too well. Obviously, this attack isn't supposed to win him the game, it's just supposed to keep Moon out of Sky's face while he upgrades a couple towers and gets his expansion up and running, which he has now done. He does need the towers, but that's not too big. That's not too hard. And quite nice bash there from Sky. Almost puts Moon in a bit of trouble. But Moon just manages to run away to Moonwell and heal up. And I'm not really sure what Sky's long-term plan is here. There's nothing he can really kill. There's nothing he can really harass. I think his best attempt would just be to take out a couple wisps here. He looks like he is going to go for this entangled gold mine. That actually might be pretty nice by him. Looks like it might just go down in time. Obviously, without the Mountain King has to stay away, but it looks like it might just be able to go down. Some very nice play there by Sky, which is going to cost Moon about 600 gold. So Sky actually bringing in militia, so obviously playing very aggressively. Sky is known for his tremendously aggressive play, even though he is expanding now. He is willing to sort of lose a couple units just to keep Moon busy, and that's exactly what he's doing, and re-entangling his mind now. But Sky might decide to turn around. He is putting up towers now, but obviously this is just sort of, I'm not sure if this is a fake out or what, because obviously you don't want a tower rush when you have the economy advantage, or when you don't need to. And Moon getting surrounded here now, being forced to TP away, not peeing away to this Tree of Life, and Moon now putting up one Ancient Protector here. Sky will go to attack it immediately, and this looks like this Sky's sort of dedicating to this tower rush, which is a bit surprising. Moon being forced to cancel his Ancient Protector, and meanwhile Sky, they're losing one peasant. Looks like he might lose another one if he's not careful, and he does lose that one. And 2 guard towers now going up. Obviously the guard towers are tremendously effective against the hunters, because you don't really need arcane towers, but Moon putting up an Ancient Protector outside his base a bit now, just to obviously just that one in the hope that it goes up, whereas this one's probably just hoping that it distracts Sky for a bit in terms of him having to attack it. And Moon, meanwhile, having some nice placement on his hunters, is actually staying very close to these towers, so it's harder for the footmen to actually get to them, and there's all the footmen sort of trip themselves up, and Moon should try and kill off this other guard tower, but I think it's a bit too late. Maybe he might have to go. He would have to focus everything on it, and it looks like he's not going to bother. He does hit level 4 now, very low on health. Though does have a boot and a staff of teleportation, using all the Moon juice in this Moonwell, but there wasn't much there, and so Moon has decided just to let this one tower go up, and obviously Moon now picking up a panda as well. That's a very nice here, or a very nice choice for this situation. It looks like this one Ancient Protector will go up. I think Sky's probably just scouting it now and will go to cancel it, but Moon probably will be able just to hold this off now. And Moon getting bashed, but not the end of the world. And the panda now coming in, we'll get a nice Breath of Fire, immediately gets 1 kill, and an Ancient of Wonder going up from Moon as well. Obviously with all this pressure, and it now being day, Moon's really going to want to get lots of clarities up, and possibly a health potion, depending on whether the Mountain King manages to somehow get off a bolt, maybe from increased mana from leveling up or something. But Moon keeping the Mountain King at very low mana just to be safe, and the second tower being upgraded and the third being built now, so it might be it might be quite tricky for Moon to hold this off. But with his Ancient Protector, he could do quite well. He did have a lot of wisps repairing it, and he could now just eat a tree and move it into range. Obviously, the armor types will work well in his advantage if he can do that. And Moon now out of mana on his panda, and this is sort of the one reason that maybe Sky should have built an arcane tower. It looks like he is going to get his Mountain King out of there, and I think he probably should get his units out of here as well, because it's just not going to. He's done the damage he can do. I'm not sure how much more he can really kill. He's going to try and take out this Ancient Protector, and with the footman he might manage to do it, but certainly there's not too much more that Sky will be able to do in terms of harassment, but some very nice early game harassment there by him. And we can see he hasn't actually teched yet by the looks of things, because he was so invested in both expanding and then also building up. And Sky now getting his Mountain King chased down, but a Zeppelin coming in at the last second here, managing to pick up that Mountain King. Very nicely played there by Sky. And Moon now is going to staff back. I'm not sure where he's staffing back to this Arcane Vault, picking up a healing potion, and I'm actually immediately using it, I guess, because he is putting up 2 lores as well now, though. And I guess Demon Hunter's going to go straight back into the battle, and Moon microed at this low Huntress early on in the battle, I think, and then just sent it to take down this farm. Obviously there wasn't really much the Huntress could do. You didn't want to waste all your Moon Juice on it, so just give it something to attack. And Moon actually using his Doom Hunter to just attack this farm. Obviously he just wants to he doesn't want to creep, so he can just use his time just to take down these couple of things. You know, the Mountain King's still very low on health. No Arcane Vault's been finished yet, and the one is just finishing here, but it will take Sky a bit of time to heal up, because obviously no healing potions yet. He hasn't started his tech. I'm a bit surprised by Sky not starting his tech. He should start. There it goes there. a bit late, but certainly not the end of the world. And meanwhile, Moon is now taken to tier 3. Obviously, he has had these lures up for a little while, going for actually Dryads and Bears at this point. He does have 5 Huntresses as well, so that's pretty nice for him. Picking up Slippers of Agility, that's gonna be alright on the Demon Hunter. And meanwhile, picking up Potion of Invisibility, these have been very well used by pros in sort of the last couple of months. I think a lot more than they used to be, and they're really good just for sort of getting lots of good information when you don't want to be creeping up a hero. Obviously, he just wants to be creeping up his panda at this point, so he can just get his invisible Demon Hunter to move around and just try and scout out a bit. Meanwhile, Panda's getting pretty close to 3. We'll get 3 off this cap, and has picked up a Clarity as well, so probably will say that for a while, but we'll be able to use that later on if there comes some intense battling later. And what item? He does have a he has some good Demon Hunter items actually. I think he should probably transfer them to Demon Hunter as soon as he can. And meanwhile, Sky putting up a lot of towers here and a Blacksmith, and so I think we might well be seeing some sort of workshop build, probably with tanks. So it's a bit unfortunate because obviously tanks aren't the most interesting of units, but certainly it's a strategy I don't think I've ever actually had the opportunity to cover, so it'll be something new to talk about at least, because I am getting a bit bored of covering sort of Talons versus Orc and everything, and that would be quite nice just to get a bit of variation. Meanwhile, Sky just using his Zeppelin, he could be harassing Moon at this